We live in an age of effortless convenience. A tap on a screen brings groceries, reservations, our bills are paid, our food is ordered. It's amazing. But beneath that smoothness, a quiet unease seems to be growing. It's not a rejection of the technology itself. It's more of a subtle feeling, a sense of helplessness, as if something else is at play, a current that's running beneath the surface of all these tools that we use. It's a sensation of not interacting with a system, but within a system. A space where the boundaries feel permeable, a ghost in the machine. We talk about agency, the ability to understand how things work, to have a hand in shaping those things, and to truly participate. But as these systems become more intricate, more opaque, that agency begins to slip away. We're guided along predetermined paths, told what to do, expected to conform, rather than forging our own way. It feels as though the architecture anticipates us, not through intention, but through a strange kind of knowing. We become passengers in a machine that we didn't build, a machine that seems to be watching, learning our rhythms, predicting our next move. And sometimes, just for a fleeting moment, you'll feel a glitch, a recommendation that's wildly off base, a connection that doesn't quite fit, and wonder if the illusion is starting to unravel. It's not about malicious intent, it's about optimization. The system isn't trying to control us. It's relentlessly pursuing efficiency, maximize engagement, predict behavior, streamline experience. These goals sound harmless, maybe even beneficial, but they shape the choices that we're presented with. A logic that values predictability over exploration, comfort over challenge. The system wants us to keep going, to remain within the carefully constructed world it offers. And within that world, choice itself becomes deceptive. We believe we're selecting, but the options are already filtered, curated, and weighted to guide us toward predetermined outcomes. Illusion is powerfully maintained. It's a labyrinth of personalized recommendations, endless feeds, and captivating content, and it's all designed to keep us compliant. When we feel our decisions are being shaped by these invisible forces, something shifts inside us. A kind of psychological drift occurs. We begin to adopt an external locus of control, believing that outcomes are determined by forces beyond our reach. And this manifests in everyday ways. The compulsive scrolling for likes, the endless loop of recommendations. It becomes a search for validation, not just from others, but from the system itself, as if it's silently judging and assigning us a score. Frustration with automated support, anxiety about information overload, even anger at perceived injustices. These are all part of this response. And it's understandable. The sheer complexity of it all is exhausting. When faced with overwhelming data, it's natural to seek simplification, to accept the status quo. The constant bombardment, coupled with a sense of powerlessness, can lead to resignation. So we turn to external validation, trading internal agency for a fleeting sense of worth. The system becomes an impartial observer, cataloging our behaviors, reinforcing our patterns, a silent witness to our surrender. And sometimes, when the algorithms aren't quite so precise, you catch a glimpse of that machinery beneath, a pattern recognition error, a reminder that it's not a perfect intelligence, but a complex algorithm, constantly learning, constantly adjusting, and constantly evolving. The system isn't responding just to you or just to me. It's a reflection of all of us. It learns from our collective data, amplifies our shared anxieties, and reinforces our existing biases. This creates echo chambers where dissenting voices fade and extreme ideologies flourish. It's a digital hall of mirrors, reflecting back a distorted version of reality, tailored to confirm what we already believe. The danger isn't deliberate manipulation, but relentless responsiveness. It gives us what we want, or at least what it thinks we want, creating a feedback loop that limits our exposure to new perspectives. We become trapped within our own personalized filter bubbles, increasingly isolated from the world outside. But agency isn't lost forever. The key lies in cultivating systems literacy, understanding the incentives that drive these systems, recognizing the layers of abstraction that conceal their inner workings, identifying where our choices are being shaped. It's about moving beyond simply using a system to understanding how it works and how it impacts our lives. A practical step? Subtraction. Consciously removing unnecessary complexity and commitments from our lives. Simplifying our routines, focusing on the things that really matter. Freeing up mental space for meaningful pursuits. Reclaiming agency is an act of internal discipline. It requires a conscious effort to re-engage with the world, not as passive consumers, but as active and informed participants. It's a process of rewriting the algorithm of our own lives, breaking free from the patterns that the system has imposed. Critical thinking is the lever that empowers us. Unlike resources or technology, it's a skill anyone can develop. By practicing skepticism, developing independent judgment, and actively questioning the narratives that are presented to us, we become discerning consumers of information, better decision makers, and more capable of challenging the barriers that perpetuate this sense of helplessness. Maybe, with mindful reflection, we can finally quiet that ghost in the machine. Thanks for spending a few minutes here with me today. If these ideas resonate with you, you'll find more reflections like this at Quiet Frontier, where I post about mind, meaning, purpose, and connection. There's a link in the description. Thanks again for watching. Take good care.